preview. Tottenham against Southampton. Not the biggest game of all time. It's got to be said, with a massive game coming up on Thursday. So this, for me, is just get a win, get 3 points, get that winning feeling back, and hopefully foster a bit of confidence going into that game on Thursday. That's what this game's all about.
Yeah, I think trying to give rest when we can. We know Southampton rooted to the bottom of the table, 10 points so far this season. If ever we've needed just a nice easy victory and no stress, it's probably Sunday. Unfortunately, it is off the back of Southampton having their first positive result in a long time, getting a draw against Crystal Palace in their last game, where they were minutes away from getting the winner. Maybe that killer blow, conceding late, would have knocked the stuffing out of them a bit going into this game potentially.
Or they could take confidence out of getting their first point in ages.
They could. Yeah, you could look at it either way. But the fact they were so close to a win must be very frustrating. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, it should be a simple game. We know that. It should be a game we should win comfortably. But it's never that simple with Tottenham. That's also what we know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Spurs going into this confidence so low, and we've already lost to the other two teams at home this season in Ipswich and Leicester, 3 of the worst teams that we've seen come up for a while. I know last year it weren't great either, but this year seems to be even worse than that. So I am a bit kind of worried going into this game. I don't think taking a win is a foregone conclusion, and I don't think they feel like they could just turn up and win the game, because that's not what it's going to be like. Southampton are going to be working hard. You've seen this Southampton team before as well. Sometimes when they lose, they can still create quite a few chances, and still they create chances but just don't put it in the back of the net, and it'll be just our luck that it just clicks for them on the day. And
obviously this could be an addition for Tyler Dibling, heavily linked with Tottenham. And we know he'll be well up for this. Didn't start in midweek. I'm sure he'll be starting in this game, and the rumours are very, very hot at the moment between him and Spurs. Romano even saying he's Tottenham's #1 target in the summer, he's saying. So
he's bound to have a crazy game.
I'm sure he's going to have a brilliant game. I'm trying to remember isolated performances. I remember they went to Old Trafford and were a few minutes away. Went into the last 10 minutes, I think, leading that game, and then ended up succumbing to a Diallo hat-trick, very quick-fire hat-trick, I remember. But they were very close to winning that game.
Do you think this Southampton team are as bad as the points tally suggests?
Are they as bad as the points tally suggest?
I think. Are they on a level with Derby, basically?
I think they're better than Derby. I think they're better than Derby. But I just think the quality of the Premier League is just a bit higher, so you have to be that much better. So I don't know. The points tally is relative to the competition, isn't it? So in that sense, I do think that they are that bad. But when it comes to are they as bad as other Premier League teams who have gotten similar totals, maybe not.
Because I've seen them play Liverpool and give them Liverpool were lucky to get away with something in that game. Southampton were creating chances, weren't they? And they can, on the odd game, really raise their game and put themselves about and make themselves really difficult to play against. I mean, obviously, we played them already this season. We were 4-0 up, within 20 minutes or something. We completely just wiped them off.
That was Russell Martin's last game.
Yeah. So I do think, this Southampton team are not as bad as maybe the points tally suggests, in my opinion. I think they can play some good football, and they've just got very unlucky in certain games as well.
Yeah, there's definitely some games they should have taken something out of and they got unlucky. But then again, we say it's unlucky, but a lot of the time it's just been shooting themselves in the foot, hasn't it? A lot of the time it's just really poor mistakes, and that goes to the quality of the player.
Yeah.
So I don't think that can count as luck all the time. But there have definitely been some games where they've played quite well, and sometimes you're wondering how the hell are they down in this game? How are they losing? And where they've had lots of chances, missed a lot of them, and all of a sudden they found themselves 1-0 down. So there's definitely been a lot of games like that. So they definitely have the potential to cause you problems. But if we don't get a win against these lot,
surely Ange has got to be sacked on the pitch after the game if we lose this game.
If we lose, yeah, I think. I don't know how he would make the Frankfurt game.
Does he survive till Frankfurt if we lose tomorrow, a Sunday? Surely not.
I can't see it. I don't know how he can.
Because like you're talking about, like if he does lose to three of like statistically the worst promoted clubs in, I don't know, a very long time in the Premier League, let's say. Like that is just ridiculous.
Would you take it just to get me in a costume?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would rather be in the costume come the end of the season than lose this game. I really would. Like it's just too embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
It's more embarrassing losing this game than me being in a costume. That's what's more embarrassing. But look, you look at the form of Southampton. We're talking about how they can perform on the day, but they've conceded 14 goals in the last 5 games. And we know like how we've been struggling to create. But if we don't create and score goals against this team, what hope do we have against Frankfurt?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I know that Chelsea wasn't a great kind of momentum builder. We just need to get some sort of good feeling, and obviously a win would be a win. It's a win everyone expects, and it's not going to change anyone's mind, but you need to still win it, and that's all you can do. You just hopefully turn up, score some nice goals, and don't make it too difficult. I just hope it's not a big struggle. I was quite surprised in that form. Looking at our home form was better than I expected, to be honest. In the last, what was it? Yeah, 3 wins and a draw in our last 5.
Yeah, one of them comes against Alkmaar.
So still a bit better than I expected. I thought our home form wasn't as good, but you look at that. We've only scored 2 more goals than Southampton in the last 5.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I'm just trying to think who these wins came against. So Alkmaar, Man United, and Elfsborg.
Man United and Elfsborg. Oh, because Ipswich and Brentford were both away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, we beat Liverpool.
Not bad.
Nah, it's been shocking our home form. We've beaten teams like in Alkmaar and Elfsborg, which we just like. Elfsborg was, academy players came on and won.
Do you think Alkmaar are better than Southampton?
Do I think Alkmaar are better than Southampton? Yeah, I do. Probably, yeah. Well, definitely. Surely.
I hope so.
Troy Parrott gets into that team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Parrott gets in that team.
But there's probably a few Southampton players that get into their team.
Dibling,
maybe Carl Walker-Peters.
Look, we should be all right in this game, surely. Surely we should be all right.
You need to believe that, don't you?
Surely.
You need to believe that.
Surely.
But I'm not fully convinced. I'm really not fully convinced with what I'm seeing at the moment. Confidence is so low. And if anyone is going to lose to Southampton, it's going to be Spurs. Let's be real. We just read out the stat in the reacts. Leicester have won 1 game in the last 15. The last team that they scored against was us. And when was that game?
January time?
Exactly. We're in bloody April. And the last Premier League goal they scored against was against us. Leicester are shocking. They're a shocking team. They're getting battered week in, week out. They've won 1 in their last 15 games, and that was against us. So who's to say we can't lose to Southampton?
I will say it.
You can't say it definitively.
I say we're not going to lose.
Yeah,
I'm going to say it definitively.
Yeah, but maybe you can say it, but it's not fact.
Nothing's a fact. I just don't think we'll lose. I'm pretty confident we won't.
Well, when we lose, clip that all up, people.
Yeah,
I'm worried. I'm worried going into this. Like, I don't think we're going to lose, but I do think there's more of a chance of Southampton beating us than Southampton basically beating anyone that they have played recently.
Maybe. Well, they nearly beat Palace.
Yeah. And Palace have been on great form.
Especially away from home.
Yeah. So, like, why can't they come to Tottenham and win?
Because I just don't think they can.
It's just a feeling. There's no actual, like,
we've
basis behind it.
We beat Ipswich 4-1 recently, didn't we?
Yeah. But we also lost Ipswich to Tottenham.
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
And we're worse now.
I think we'll win. It might not be pretty, but I do think we'll win.
You look at the head-to-head between Spurs and Southampton. I mean, that was one of our games of the season earlier in the middle of December. Injury crisis, didn't matter. We battered them 5-0. Kulusevski obviously brilliant that day. We need Decky back, man. We need Decky back desperately because I feel like since Decky's gone, that's when the real like cutting edge of this team have gone.
What was his last game? Was it Ipswich? Yeah, he scored against Ipswich and got injured, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or did he play against Alkmaar? No, he didn't. No, it was Ipswich. Yeah, we definitely missed Decky.
No, his last game was Man City. He went off after 25 minutes, or he came on in the last 25 minutes.
That's right, he came on and then got injured. Yeah, I think Decky's definitely missed for sure. He's such a big player for us. Hopefully, we'll get him back for the second leg at Frankfurt. But yeah, there's no excuse for missing any players in this game. That's for sure.
Any Southampton players apart from Dibling? We spoke about Dibling.
I like Sulemana. Sulemana is like even more frustrating than Adama Traore, but he's also one of those players where once he's in full flight, he's very hard to stop. He just usually has very little at the end of it.
Yeah, and it's just classic Tottenham in it because like
stick
Adama Traore, he usually scores against us.
Oh, I know.
And like against everyone else, he'll like blaze it over the bar, and Sulemana will probably put it in the back of the net.
Yes, I think he's a tricky customer. He's one where, like, it doesn't matter who he's playing against. He causes trouble. He causes chaos, but he's usually just you're left very frustrated by him. I like obviously Paul Walker-Peters will be playing probably. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a great game.
He'll definitely have a great game.
Harwood-Bellis is a decent centre-back. I think he's done pretty well for them.
He's good. I like Harwood-Bellis. I
Yeah.
think he'll go to a much better club this summer. But their two players go out this weekend. Is Flynn Downs, who's suspended for 10 yellow cards, and Will Smallbone, who's a big player for them as well. That's actually two like key players for them, in my opinion. So
They got an average keeper.
yeah, who is their keeper?
Ramsdale.
Oh, is it Ramsdale? Yeah, he's going to take some flack this weekend. That's for
He's
sure.
just going to have a great game, isn't he?
He's going to have a great game, and he's going to take a lot of flack.
So obvious that Ramsdale's going to have a great game.
Spurs fans are going to be onto him massively.
He's just addicted to the relegation battle. He just can't get away from it. He needs to be relegated. He can't help it.
He loves the relegation. That Aaron
he loves
Ramsdale.
getting relegated. He loves it. It's like an addiction.
Oh, jeez.
He loves getting. How many? This will be like his fourth relegation, something like that.
Yeah, and Arsenal fans tried to tell us he's one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. He's at Southampton now. He's one of the worst teams.
I think he got relegated with Bournemouth, Sheffield United,
and now Southampton. Yeah. Well, look, we just have to by hook or by crook get over the line, and playing against a team like Southampton, surely you'll see some good football from Tottenham.
I hope so. Yeah, I like to think there'll be some good football there. I like to think so. I know there'll be a few changes, but it's a good opportunity. Get Tell some confidence.
Yeah.
Maybe get Solanke a goal. Maybe just build some confidence in the team, which is clearly very, very fragile at the moment.
Clearly very fragile, and I just hope. Look, like I said before, all I want from this game is a bit of a confidence booster to go into the game against Frankfurt. But, I mean, we won 5-0 against Southampton last time. What was our game directly after that? Did it boost any of our confidences?
Well, again, we're in the middle of an injury crisis that time. But
yeah, true.
I can't remember what the game was after that. I think it was Rangers or something. Oh, no, that was Rangers was the game before. So was it Elfsborg?
Nah.
No, not Elfsborg. Was it Europa Hoffenheim? No, not Hoffenheim.
Let's see. So Tottenham Southampton was what, in the back end of December?
Was it Liverpool?
Middle of December. So we played Southampton. Oh, we beat Man U 4-3 after that, but then we lost to Liverpool 6-3 after that. So, look, what's your score prediction?
I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs.
3-1 Spurs. Is Tell going to finally score in the Premier League?
Tell is going to get a goal or an assist, I feel it. Goal or an assist.
I'm going to go for 2-1. 2-1 Spurs. I think we'll get the win. It won't be pretty. I think we'll just about do enough to get over the line. We'll definitely concede. And how we're going to score, God knows, because we just look so toothless at the moment. But I'm just hoping that we can just get over the line. I can't sit here and just predict the loss against Southampton at home. I just can't do it. But, yeah, 2-1 Spurs. Let us know your score predictions in the comments section below. And that is your Southampton